Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of this first annual Forum on Business and Human Rights.
I've come to the lectern so that there is an appropriate gravitas to the last intervention for this forum. I would like to thank John Morrison for facilitating this last session. What an unprecedented, fantastic 2 days of activity. John Ruggie spoke of this happening being beyond our wildest expectations. The sobering thought is that we only get to say that once. From here on out, we need a new ruler, we need a new set of measures, and fortunately, I think we have recalibrated as a community over the past 2 days. Things cannot and will not be the same. I will mention specifically the point made in the new audiences session. Engaging new audiences on a large scale requires sensitivity to local, historical, social, and political contexts to find the right entry points and levers. And those, I think, who know the GPs understand that they have this sensibility built into them. I think an actor that has been or that has experienced some shock with these proceedings is the UN. Yet I believe that this forum showcases the best of what the UN offers, an open, objective platform for relevant and urgent and intelligent responses from representatives of a global community of governments, civil society, and business. And on an issue, human rights, that is at the very core of the UN and very naturally championed by the UN. But I also believe that while the UN has brought us here, we need to accept ownership of this forum and the continuing opportunities that it offers as a recurring point in time. What happens next year? What are we collectively going to do to make this a happening next year? One concrete and necessary thing that we've discussed in the working group is to drive the gathering of inputs from regional meetings, which we expect to be held by willing and interested states, associations, and UN agencies throughout next year, before we meet again as a forum in December 2013. Also, the context setting that we had here, for example, at the Indigenous Peoples meeting in the preparatory day before the actual forum, is exactly the type of input that we welcome and would hope to see as a fixture in next year's forum. I mentioned recalibration. There was a comment by a friend at OHCHR that having 1,000 people here is like being at a Lady Gaga concert. Well, get ready for tens of thousands, because that's what happens when things really start to happen. That's when music's taste starts to shift. That's when fashions are created. And that's when we get merchandising. And at that scale, things really start to get interesting. And when the UN starts drawing comparisons with Lady Gaga, that's pretty interesting. But we have some way to go. And if you found value here over the next 2 days, and if you are inspired to go now to do more with friends that you've made here, that I'm confident that we can get that exponential growth in awareness, in implementation, in dissemination of the GPs, which is what we want to see happen. I know that there are many here whose heroism and defense of human rights is a way of life. To those who are newer to this agenda, to this mission, when you have to speak about what happened here and when you have to explain to those colleagues who have no idea who John Ruggie is or what the GPs offer, I ask you to be a hero. Whether you are an NGO or a business or a government, be a hero. You will face doubt and despair. Your peers and colleagues will mock you. They will discourage you. They will disparage you. Your sector will bind you in dogma and statistics on why this is not doable. Cynicism and skepticism will be the excuse for laziness and inaction. Be a hero. Tell them how you reached over fences here, that things actually are different and that we must exploit the opportunity of changing attitudes. Be a hero. This movement, business and human rights, is worth the effort. It's worth the risk. It's worth the investment. It is worth the rewards of dignity, equity, and sustainability that we will share together. Be a hero. Thank you. This meeting is closed.